Before the video starts, I must warn everyone that I will be talking about a cartoon character from a show that has a very large shipping crowd. I am making this extremely clear. If you like the Owl House, and you cannot handle different opinions, or cannot comprehend the fact that people can like a show and still point out its flaws, you have granted me the right to clown on you in the comments. If you wish to not be clowned upon, doors to the left. Leave a dislike if you want, but it does count as interaction on my video, so I much appreciate it. Oh yeah, there are spoilers ahead. So there's this stupid isekai cartoon called The Owl House that's actually pretty good. I've been following it ever since it premiered. It takes a lot of cues from Gravity Falls and other types of magical girl anime stuff, and even though I wasn't really the biggest fan of Gravity Falls, and I think that Alex Hirsch comes off a tad obnoxious online, his girlfriend, though, Dana, is mad talented when it comes to monster designs and world building. The posing, the framing, the color use, the mood of Dana Terrence's work is really impressive. She's a really good artist and her style is the reason why I kept coming back to the show. There's so much talent and effort put into it, it shows a lot. But I'm not really here to talk about the show. I'm here to talk about a very prevalent character in the show that's gotten a pretty big fan base, and her name is Amity Blight. Amity has had the biggest character development within season 1. Part of me thinks that the show should have been resolving around her than Luz, but that's just my opinion. She's grown to be a lot of people's favorite character, including myself next to Ida. I was really excited to see how Amity's character would have been fleshed out in season 2, since her parents don't really approve of Luz, and how the Magic Coven turned out to be a bunch of shady bitches. Also, Lilith, her mentor, has been kicked out of the Coven as well, so...
Gotta admit, Amity, seeing you around more often is different.
I know, but I was taught to see every situation as an opportunity. And today, I'll show Luz that I am an awesome girlfriend.
If you've been watching season 2, they've been really pushing this Luz/Amity relationship thing almost every episode. Been doing a lot more bad than good. Let me explain what happened to Amity and where her downgrade as a character happened. Season 1 introduced Amity as a bully, specifically towards Willow. She's been shown to be a really big bitch towards anyone who basically wasn't on a high social status like she was. As we see throughout the series that Amity can do not only abomination magic, but also fire elemental magic. In the episode convention, Luz wants to pull a Steven Universe and wants to be friends with her enemies and wants to sympathize with Amity. Side note, can we stop teaching this shit in kids shows? Anyone who wasn't homeschooled knows that not everyone is going to be your friend, and you will have to live with the fact that someone isn't going to like you for a logical reason. Okay, boomer tangent over. So Luz and Amity keeps bumping into each other, and Amity reluctantly accepts the fact that Luz is serious about learning magic. This episode showed how Amity knew how to do magic extremely well, and how she can ease it up on her judgment. Though the most important episode for Amity in season 1 was understanding Willow. Long story short, Amity's parents are a piece of shit for making their daughter stop seeing her friend. Why? Because Willow wasn't as talented at magic at the age of 8. Obviously, this episode is extremely important for the development of Willow and Amity, and it establishes neutral content for each other at the very end. The rest of the season 1 is Amity and Luz basically getting into situations together where they have to save each other, and thus bonding on their experiences. And season 1 ends off with Amity officially having a crush on Luz, and she's accepted into Luz's friendship circle with Willow and Gus. Now, viewership wasn't as high as the Grom Night episode, which of course showed a girl openly crushing on another girl. That's what really propelled this series to the masses. As fun as openly gay characters are, there will always be people who will turn this really nice gesture of being inclusive into the sole thing the series will be remembered for. I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean that in aggressive fans way. Cut to season 2, and Amity's role in the show is now to be the love interest. Her previous key personality points of being a prodigy at magic, being logical, and being the rational one is gone. Anytime Amity shows up, it has to be for Luz. When Amity dyes her hair that pink color in episode 2, it bleached out her good qualities. She doesn't challenge Luz on her decisions anymore or show any sense of level-headedness. She's just here to blush and be the woman of the relationship. I'm well aware that Amity has stated,
Everything's changed since you came here. Being around you, it makes me do stupid things, and I wish it didn't.
That's a shitty excuse for changing Amity's character so drastically. It feels like her most well-known personality traits, along with potential character development with Willow and Gus, have been sacrificed for making Lumity a thing. It shouldn't have to erase Amity's qualities so she could be all cutesy with Luz. The reason why people liked Amity was because she was a good foil to Luz. She wasn't like Luz. She was pragmatic and always planned out her moves, while Luz was emotional and jumped into situations. That dynamic is what made people ship them in the first place. Now it's fucking boring. There's nothing that their personalities can bounce off of. Amity will do anything for Luz because she's her girlfriend. And that's awful. Can you imagine how bad this looks if Luz was a guy? A female character getting her most interesting traits eliminated by the next season just so she could be a romantic interest for the main guy? People really need to think about the implications of this when it comes to writing LGBT characters. This type of writing just reminds me how Catra and Adora became a couple in She-Ra. Like, yay, female swapping spit, but didn't these two have a friendship that turned super toxic and aggressive for like the entire run of the show? Like, what the fuck? Turning them gay does not fix anything. That kind of makes it worse because they've been abusing. Like, no, like you can't just put a gay band-aid on a show and fix your stupid decisions. That doesn't work like that. I feel like this with Luz and Amity. Their relationship isn't toxic, but making them a couple didn't really add anything. It sidelined the fact that Willow's ex-bully is now dating her friend. Doesn't that come off a little awkward? Imagine your best friend introducing a person who harassed and bullied you for the last 5 years of your life. That is awkward.
Feels like just a few months ago you almost got her dissected by your crazy principal.
That was a few months ago.
Okay, mid-season finale, Eclipse Lake is where Amity's character change is the most obvious. She mentions being Luz's girlfriend 3 times within the first 5 minutes of the episode, and how she needs to prove herself to be a good lapdog for Luz or whatever. Don't even get me started at the near end of the episode where she does the big-brained move of not properly hiding the key from Hunter, and even when fighting, she sucked. Like, what happened? She was a prodigy. She's good at magic. She's good at fire magic and abomination magic. She couldn't hide the key in a little abomination bubble and teleport it somewhere safe. It's pitiful seeing how bad Amity has degraded just for the plot and just for a ship to be canon. It's insulting. They've weakened Amity power-wise and personality-wise. That is some Steven Universe levels of bad writing right there. I hate this pink-haired Amity. Give me back the minty green-haired Amity. At least she was cool, intelligent, and knew how to fight. It's not even that I don't approve of Lumity, it just didn't add anything. This relationship is subtracting from Amity as a character.
They're adorable and deserve all the happiness!
Give Willow and Amity some episodes together so they can be cool with each other. It's really awkward for them to be all magically cool with each other when one used to bully the other for like years and years. Also, give Gus some more development. I want to fuck Harpy Ida. King is the king of cringe, and Hootie is annoying. Alright, I'm done. Bye.